is up, my little pretties? It's your mistress, the Queen of Lions here, and today we are doing, yet again, another discussion video. Now, this discussion video has been something I wanted to make for, a very long time, to be completely honest, and today we are going to explain about why exactly I don't watch TV. Now, some of you guys probably asked me, why I don't watch, TV as much as I used to. Well, here's one thing I'm going to say. I used to watch TV a lot. Like, back before I had, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr. Even before I had YouTube. Like, a YouTube account. Way before I had that. I used to watch TV, like, pretty much every day. Why I watch TV? Well, here's the thing. I was a kid growing up in the early 2000s, and before YouTube existed, or before I even had a YouTube account or anything like that, I would sit on my couch, I did have a TV in my bedroom, a few years later. I used to sit there and watch TV constantly, like, every day. Now, why I did that was because, kids nowadays, before they had social media and stuff like that, they used to sit there and watch TV. Like, every day they used to sit there and watch TV. That's exactly what I did. I watched TV because, one of the reasons being, TV was amazing. Not only that, they had good shows back then. And what is happening to the shows that are now happening nowadays? Here's one thing. The shows nowadays that they're showing are just not great. You probably saw, my discussion video on saying why I don't like Be Cool Scooby-Doo, why I don't like Teen Titans Go, and why I don't like Caillou, why I don't like Mr. Pickles. And if you guys want to go check those out, you'll feel free to do so. But, the big reason I have a TV nowadays is mainly they cancel good shows that were around, and they replace it with new ones that are just crap. Either the new shows are just have really bad animation, bad episodes that really don't make any sense, or even episodes in general that are just all over the place or something like that. I don't know what it is with TV nowadays, but I understand they want to keep, audience happy, and they want to, make new shows. Here's the thing. If you're going to make a new TV show for, fans to enjoy, you need to make sure you have a good reputation when it comes to making them. Because if you don't have a good reputation, things are not going to go as smoothly as you hoped. And this is the big problem with TV. This is probably the reason why a lot of people don't watch TV as much as they used to, because there's nothing good on TV. Now, for those who grew up in the 90s and even the early 2000s like I did, there were great shows. Shows from the 90s, shows from the early 2000s. Those shows I could definitely say were good. And even the mid-2000s were pretty good. All the way up to, I think, 2010. Even though 2010 did have great shows at certain parts. But there is a point in, when it comes to TV, that you're going to end up not finding anything interesting or good. And when it comes to TV shows, here's the thing. I really like the old cartoons, old TV shows, and even the oldest channels that used to be around constantly as a kid growing up. Like, I loved TV growing up as a kid. Like, I personally loved TV. TV was actually one of my favorite things. Well, used to be. Until ever since, I'm just gonna say, until, Teen Titans Go and stuff like that come along, and I started losing interest in TV. And here's the thing. People do lose interest in certain things as we get older. Sometimes it does happen, sometimes it doesn't happen, or maybe it'll just fade away automatically. Here's one thing I could say, is that when I started having a YouTube account and stuff like that, my very old one, which I might, make another video talking about that, I could definitely say, I had my fair share of liking TV shows and stuff like that. Here's the thing. Now, if you did see my disrespecting autistic kids need to stop video, I did say that when I got older, when I was 13 or something like that in grade 8, I had a passionate love for, I guess you could kind of say kid shows like Big Comfy Couch and stuff like that. Even though that those kid shows were meant for target children, I still loved them because they were just amazing. And why I kept watching them when I was younger is because, there's nothing good to be played on TV anymore. Kind of one of the reasons why not a lot of people really cared about it. I could definitely say right now is that, TV nowadays, I'm sorry, it's just not that great as I used to have. Like, I really liked TV when it was going on. Back before I had YouTube and stuff, I used to sit on my butt on the couch or something in my living room before I had a TV in my room, and I would watch TV there. Like, here's the thing. I would watch, like a lot of TV shows. I can't name them all because it would be a way longer video, but I could definitely name a couple shows that I did watch. Now, Big Heavy Couch being one of my favorite shows, and I had an obsession over it when I was like grade 8. And here's one thing. I did mention this before, that people criticize me over liking the show. I'm like, because there's nothing on TV. And, I like Winnie the Pooh and stuff. And, one teacher did say this. I'm not going to say his name for personal reasons, nor that I don't want to, reveal his identity. But I'm just going to say right now, he said, he wasn't my teacher, thankfully, but I didn't like him. So if you guys want to take a look at it, I think it's in one of my videos. You feel free to. He said that Winnie the Pooh is for babies. Here's one thing. Winnie the Pooh is meant to target, younger children and stuff. But here's one thing. Adults and teenagers love Disney. And here's the thing. I think one of the teachers say Disney was for babies, and he was being hypocritical on me, because here's one thing. You can never be too old for Disney, which, of course, I still love Disney today, even though I'm almost 22 years old. I still love Disney. Disney movies have still been around for many years now, and they've been making movies ever since, I guess, the early 1900s, around 1920s or something like that. They really put time and effort into Disney animations and stuff like that. Even live action ones that are CGI ones that are, might not be as great as we hoped, but at least they do provide something. They want to entertain kids with Disney movies, which is kind of the reason why they have Disney Plus. And by the way, I may not get Disney Plus. I don't know what it is, but I don't really care for Disney Plus that much. I don't know how that's gonna affect me, but here's one thing. I'm definitely gonna say this right now, is that Disney shows used to be on, Family and even Playhouse Disney and stuff. But, as TV and everything gets older over time, certain channels on TV just get removed and replaced with something else, or they change the name to something else, or they change everything how they used to have. Why is that the case? Well, I unfortunately don't know what it is, but one thing for certain is that, TV shows nowadays are just not as good as we used to be. Like, they used to be so good that we used to, watch them constantly. But nowadays, when it comes to TV shows like Teen Titans Go and the Ben 10 reboot and all that, I simply don't like. Mainly, I don't like because of the fact that, take a look at Teen Titans Go. The animation is garbage. The animation is garbage because of a lot of reasons. One of them being because there's nothing good on TV. I hate Teen Titans Go. Now, here's the thing. For those who like Teen Titans Go, I respect your opinion. But to be completely honest, Teen Titans Go is not even good. They just made the Titans look a little different compared to the other shows. And they actually really I don't even know what it is. But I could definitely say Teen Titans Go was actually one of the worst shows I've ever seen, because of the fact that, Teen Titans Go was just not as good as they used to be. Here's the thing. Teen Titans Go is not as good as we used to think because of it. Well, here's one thing. I liked the original Teen Titans, and that was one of the reasons why I was hooked on TV, was because the good shows that were old, but they still have good algorithm to it. And they did have good, spirit on becoming good shows. But here's another thing. Kim Possible did get, canceled at one point. I used to watch that show constantly as a young child. I used to watch that episode constantly on TV as a child. And I now still do occasionally. But here's the thing. I usually go back and watch, old TV shows and stuff, because TV shows nowadays are not showing anything good. They're just, I don't know what it is. But I could definitely say, TV shows nowadays, the old ones are the best. And I would occasionally go back and watch the old shows just so I can see, how good they were back then. I just wish that TV, would just go back to where it was, back where it was popular and good. Back when people, had a lot of attention and stuff. Probably one of the reasons why not a lot of people watch TV. And here's the thing. My mom does watch TV from time to time, and that's totally fine. Like, I don't mind her watching TV, but I could watch TV only for a little bit, but then I would just, mainly for ads or something that curiosity of me get the better of me of. But other than that, I'm just going to be honest that, I just lose interest on TV right away. Because the thing is, I don't watch TV that much anymore. I'm sure most of you guys don't watch TV as much anymore. And I can understand. If you guys still watch TV, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I'm not against anybody that, watches TV nowadays, even though there's shows that are crappy. But one reason being is that the shows that I saw were actually really good. People put time and effort into it. There were good voice acting in that. Even though there was some good voice acting in certain shows like Paw Patrol and that. But here's the thing. I do not like Paw Patrol. Now, I don't like Paw Patrol because, well, I guess it's because, it's a new show. And, I don't really care for newer TV shows nowadays. But the only reason why I like it is because the pups are cute. That's one reason. If there's a TV show I like, I will just say I don't like it entirely if it's a new show, but I would state maybe one or two things what I like about it. And that's just basically about it. With Teen Titans Go, I don't like any of it. Because the only thing I could definitely say I like was that the fact that the voice actors came back. Like, the original voice actors for the original Teen Titans came back. So that is something I'm willing to say why I like Teen Titans Go. The only reason why I would watch it every now and then. And, people are like, why are you crazy, Shadow or Queen? Why are you sitting there, watching these shows that are garbage? Well, there is a reason why I watched, certain shows that are garbage. And the main reason is because, well, one thing I can definitely say is that I like the original voice actors that came back. That's just, I guess, I don't even know what it is, to be completely honest. But, but I could definitely say, there's a lot of great concept to it. And here's one thing I could definitely say that, there's the thing. When it comes to TV, I really don't care about TV very much anymore. Mainly because it's just, here's the thing. The only thing people would watch TV is they have reruns of certain shows, which that is very understandable and all that, because that does happen. But in the own way, in matter of way, it's just, I don't know what it is with TV shows. I guess it's just because they don't, want to be the same as they used to do. So they try to, put some new shows, and even shows that they're not great, out to people so they can get more audience and grab their attention. That I can definitely understand. But if you're going to do that with anything, you need to, come up with a good explanation to why the newer shows are being released. Well, I can understand it's because they want to make television programs, want to make money, and they want to keep people entertained. That's kind of one of the reasons why younger kids nowadays are watching TV. And this is the kind of reason why I don't watch TV very much. I watch the internet TV, or YouTube videos. That's kind of like my TV, but still, I still really don't understand what it is that a lot of people are starting to leave because of TV. Not really leave, but kind of leaving, the reason of not watching TV and just kind of do their own thing. This is kind of one of the reasons why I play video games or I do make YouTube videos. Is because there's nothing amazing about TV anymore. It's, 2020, and I still don't understand why I see all of this. And I don't understand why I see all of this that is going on. Now, I could definitely say right here, right now, is that TV shows, I don't know what it is nowadays, but they're kind of all over the place. I'm not trying to sound like a hypocrite here, but When it comes to TV shows, they're just kind of boring, in my opinion. Now, here's the thing. If you guys like this TV show, that's fine. So, I don't have a problem if you guys like it. I don't have any problem with that. But the main issue, I can definitely say why I don't care about TV is because I don't even know what to do. Like, here's the thing. TV channels keep disappearing, or they just end up, canceling certain shows. Like, for example, I'm looking at, certain wikis right now. Certain TV shows have been around since the early 2000s, and they, kept going, and then, until they, end the show. But, of course, they do have reruns. And the sad thing is that reruns don't last very long. They might last maybe only 5 years or something, and then they'll just get rid of it because, people are getting bored of it. I understand they want to entertain more people, but I really do feel that, they need to do, a lot more, just to keep people entertainment. And here's the thing. If you're going to make it to a new TV show, you gotta be original with the new TV show. And that's exactly what some people are trying to do nowadays, just so they can, get something brand new out there for people. But in my perspective, I don't think they're even trying. I'm not trying to sound insulting. I'm just trying to say, that new TV shows nowadays really need to basically get better. And the new cartoons they have nowadays, they play as continuously, like Caillou, Little Bill. Oh my god, Little Bill. I hate that show with a burning passion. And here's the thing. About Little Bill, if you guys like that show, that's fine. But I really don't like Little Bill, in my opinion. But here's one thing. Little Bill is kind of a ripoff of Caillou, which I watched Bailey Maloney's video on it. And I could kind of see some of the similarities to Caillou. I'm not saying it is ripping off Caillou, but it kind of sounds like Caillou. Like Little Bill getting into trouble and stuff like that. I had to keep myself from saying the S word. Because, I don't want to get demonetized. But here's one thing. Here's the thing when it comes to TV shows. Is that I don't really care for them as much as I used to. People that make crappy shows. I'm not saying that all people make crappy shows. I'm just saying the crappy shows that are exist, like Teen Titans Go. I don't understand why that's still being played today. I really hope that, Teen Titans Go gets canceled, eventually, and bring back the original Teen Titans. I kind of made a mention of this in the Teen Titans Go video, but I'm going to mention it again in case if I didn't mention it before. But, Teen Titans Go is basically making the original Teen Titans look stupid. Mainly the Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go just makes them look as if they're bunch of Cailloux. Here's the thing. I could definitely say Caillou is one of the worst shows that I've seen. The only reason why I like Caillou is because the creepypastas. The creepypastas of Caillou, most of them seem to be pretty decent and good. Others were not great, and etc. That's the only reason why I would like, certain shows, is if there are creepypastas out of them, is there, better opportunities for certain shows and stuff like that. Here's one thing that I'm going to definitely say, is that, here's the thing. I remember certain TV shows used to be around a lot as a kid. Some of them I can't remember, but I could definitely say, here's the thing. YTV was another popular channel that I watched. It did have Teen Titans. It did have, The Zone. It had so much to it, which it was obviously really neat, to say the least. And, Teen Titans Go had, several reruns, and they ended, somewhere around there. And here's the thing. And this is the very most thing that I could definitely say. And here's the thing. The Family Channel, ran from, 1988. And unfortunately, I think, I think they stopped, I think it's still going on, but the Family Channel was actually one of the most famous channels that have, pretty good shows. And I used to watch on Family lots of times, along with, Playhouse Disney. And by the way, I miss Playhouse Disney. I don't understand why they changed it to Disney Junior, but here's the thing. Playhouse Disney had really good shows and stuff like that ever since, I guess ever since they existed. And here's the thing. I really remember Disney being good. Like, they had Lilo and Stitch, they had Wizards of Waverly Place, they had Emperor's New School, they even had Kim Possible, and stuff like that. Those shows are actually one of the most famous ones I've seen. There are other ones, I'm gonna be honest. They're not always bad. Like, the new shows are not always bad. I'm just gonna be honest. But here's the thing. I miss being a kid because I miss the old Disney shows. Like, the old Disney shows were amazing. Why are they not showing them anymore? I guess, here's the thing. Kind of one of the reasons why not a lot of kids are, not understanding what we grew up with as kids. I guess maybe, here's the thing. Kind of one of the reasons why, if I ever do have kids in the future, if I could ever, well, oh my God. I'm sorry, I just can't even talk right today. But here's one thing. If I could turn back time, I would be born, wish, around maybe 1990, and I could watch more TV shows from the 90s. And even here now, TV shows from the 90s were pretty good as well. And that is one of the most things why I like TV. Like, there was Magic School Bus and lots of other shows that came out in the 90s. Magic School Bus happened to be one of my favorite ones. Now, the reboot of Magic School Bus, I'm going to be honest, I really am not a fan of that movie. Like, the reboot of it, I'm not that crazy on it. I don't know what it is, but I'm not exactly that crazy when it comes to, the reboot of Magic School Bus. I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's the animation. It just made the characters look terrible. And, the voice acting was decent, I can definitely agree. But I prefer, original TV shows because they had really good stuff back then. And they even had really good concepts to it. New TV shows nowadays barely have any of that, or little to no of any of that. Because of the fact that, I could guess that, like, TV shows nowadays are just not as good as they used to be. Hell, I can even sit there and, look at it and then realize what's going on. I don't understand. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of going on a raging mode. I'm trying not to, be calm, try not to get too, angry, but I'm sorry, I just don't really care for TV shows anymore, and it's one of the reasons why. And here's the thing, I can see why a lot of people don't like the reboot of Kim Possible, because, it's just not that great or something, but I don't mind it. Like, I don't mind it. Like, I don't have any problems with it. And another thing, too, is that logos do change over time when it comes to same companies. Like, I know they're trying to update and bring, new audience and more people into the ideas of certain stuff. And I get that. But to me, I guess they're trying to kind of come up with something new. But to me, they're not providing enough detail for people to sit there and enjoy. And it's the most disappointing thing because I really want to see TV be as good as it was back then. I stopped watching TV, I think, when I was in my teen years because I realized that they're not having as good shows or anything like that back then. They used to have TV movies, being premiered and even shown to children, at certain times. That's the kind of reason why I like TV back then. And it's one of the reasons why I don't like TV, is because of that. TV was good, but now it's just, I don't know what it is with TV, but TV is just mainly all over the place. And that's the main issue that I do have with this whole issue. But here's one thing. I'm hoping that TV does become better and improve better, not just sit there and just get worse and worse, because here's the thing. Eventually, nobody's going to want to watch TV anymore if they keep going down the same way they're going. Not trying to sound like a hypocrite, but I am being completely honest that, that TV really needs to, have more benefits, to, have more options of people just to watch certain shows. They need to bring back the originality of TV shows so that we're not sitting there and ending up, looking like we're idiots over, TV. I can understand, that's why not a lot of people like TV. is because of it. And one of the other things I could definitely say was that TV, it's of its own self. It's just nothing else more but a nutshell. That's all what TV is nowadays. It's just because they're in a nutshell and they don't seem to want to care. I can understand maybe this is why not a lot of people watch TV anymore, but still, I'm still going to be completely honest when it comes to doing this, but it's true. TV nowadays, this is the kind of one of the reasons why I don't watch TV, is because it gets boring after a while. Like, after a while of watching certain channels, or certain TV shows in general, or even, newer shows that just don't have any remote, motivation to get people to sit there and, do what we want to do. This is kind of one of the reasons why I basically give up on TV at this point, because I'm just bored of it. That's mainly one of the reasons, is because I'm just so bored of TV. This is one of the reasons why I don't care for TV, is because I'm just bored out of TV. That's exactly why I'm, not caring about TV. And this is another reason why I don't really want to watch a whole lot of TV. Here's the thing. I used to come home from school and I used to watch TV like almost every day, because of the fact that, it's really interesting, to say the least, with it. But I don't know what it is, but I just don't really like TV as much as I used to anymore. And it's the lack of originality that the story has to show. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I don't watch TV. Now, this video is already long as it is. I think I kind of explained, a little bit, covered enough of why I exactly don't watch TV. But here's the thing. If you do think I missed something, feel free to leave it in the comment section and I'll be sure to get to it. But yeah, I'm sure you can all agree with me that TV nowadays are just not as good as we used to do. Now, if you like certain TV shows that are new nowadays, I respect your opinion. As long as you respect mine, we're good. But anyways, I think I'm gonna, head out now, because this video is as long as it is now. Alright, I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, or today's discussion video, whatever you want to call it. If you're brand new here to this channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notification. And like always, I'm going to be seeing you all in the next video. Please roll the outro, because I'm out of here, and I'm going to go get my brain fixed. So I will be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out.